think life is going now that we have all these streaming services. Like, you have the ones that you pay for, and you have the ones you don't pay for.
All right, here's my thought. First of all,
Okay.
what does everyone here pay for? What does everyone here mooch for? What does...
We all know I pay for a majority of everything. Everyone else on this podcast is moochers.
No, that's a negative. I have my own Netflix account. I have my own Amazon. Well, I get Prime just because of I'm an Amazon Prime user. But you get Prime Video, and I have what's the other one?
Hulu?
No, I don't have Hulu. I can't afford it.
Interesting. Hulu's probably the cheapest one?
Yeah, that's why I said it. That's why I said it. It was a joke.
Okay, gotcha. What do you have, Jesus?
I have Netflix. I had HBO. I canceled that after Game of Thrones.
And now that Game of Thrones is over, that's why you canceled it?
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, I have Netflix. I don't have Hulu. I have Amazon. So yeah, Amazon Video. But that's the two I kind of jump back and forth from is Amazon Video and Netflix usually.
I have Hulu and I smooch off of Netflix. Thanks, Granny. I appreciate it.
Shout out, Barbara. Our number one fan. Barbara's our number one fan, by the way.
Yes. I do Hulu and I do Netflix occasionally. Actually, I've had Netflix for like 7 years in a row. I recently canceled it.
Really? Wow.
To the chagrin of some people here.
Wah, wah, wah.
Is that who you used to have it off of, Patrick?
No, he used to share mine.
Oh, okay.
I just paid for it as all.
Yeah, that's weird. I all have Google Play services, which gives me YouTube Red, which is pretty dope. That's the only one I pay for. But I do have on my PlayStation, I have HBO, Hulu, and Netflix.
And which one do you pay for?
I pay for YouTube Red. Hey, it's like, what is it like? Okay, this is okay. So I know this guy named Pelon.
That's a weird name.
Just kidding. But anyways, I know this guy, and he says that if you're using his Netflix account, he makes you pay. Right? Like he gives you have to pay him X amount to use his Netflix account, right?
Okay.
And I sat there and I argued with him forever. So what are your thoughts about it? I remember Boyles because he was in that argument. But what are your thoughts? If someone is mooching off of you,
Right.
should they have to pay X percentage?
I've been there, and I'm currently still there. But if I'm gonna have it, I don't mind sharing it. If I'm planning on paying for it, and I've got a friend or a family member, whatever it may be, sure, I'll give you the access to it. A lot of them have a maximum amount of screens you can watch at a time, and that's where it gets a little bit dicey. So I've got it shared with. I've got my Hulu that I currently still pay for, shared with probably at least 4 different devices in my buddy's house, and I just tell him, hey man, if I tell you you gotta get off, you gotta get off.
Yeah. I share my Netflix with my whole family. We each have a profile, and I do pay for the more expensive one, so you can have more users watch at the same time. But I think that's the only one that I share, and I don't mind it. I mean, it's my family, so.
Yeah. Like I 100% agree with that, and I was arguing with him and Boyle the other day because they see it differently. You should pay X amount of percentage, and I would think the same thing. Like it's like my example was it's like taking a cake into work, right? And you got a giant cake. And you can't eat that whole entire cake, but instead of sharing it with everyone else, you're gonna cut the piece, eat it yourself, and just throw away the rest because it's useless. That was my argument. So like, why not? My Google Play, the one thing I do pay for, is completely filled. Like there's spots on the whole entire thing. So I do find that but I do mooch off everyone else. So maybe that's just coming from a moocher.
I think it'd be different if each profile cost money. So if it was $2 a profile,
that is different.
Make you pay me $2. But when I come over to your apartment, I let you use my Hulu because why? I want your Hulu on it.
But what do you think that's doing to the cable industry in general?
That's what I was just gonna ask. Who here has cable?
No. I mean, the last time I actually had cable. Oh my goodness. Jeez. I had it with my internet company, but I mean that was me and my parents did, but. I mean, we saw ourselves not watching TV, and it took that to make us, cancel it. There's literally no reason to have it.
There is no reason to have it, especially nowadays with all the streaming you can get. You can actually, even if you have a certain internet provider, some of them actually even give you the online streaming, so you can do ESPN and NFL Network, stuff like that. You got your Sunday ticket, everything like that, and even the the backdoor Kodi, whatever it is that you can actually download to whatever it is, a Fire Stick. I mean, you can sit there and watch games live. Yes, of course, there's latency. You know, what is it, like maybe a minute at the most when you're watching something live.
Right,
it's not
so-
going to be just like, you know, you logging into
Right.
a cable.
But minus like the illegal stuff. Do you think like the other stuff is like going to eventually kill cable completely?
I'm surprised they haven't tried to already kind of get ahead of it. I felt like maybe they didn't believe all this like streaming stuff was going to take off like it did. Like I feel like as a company we would have tried to do a digital, streaming service as well to kind of get ahead of everybody doing it themselves. And it's crazy now because networks that are on cable are doing their own streaming services now, so I don't necessarily like want to stay within the cable industry. What is it like the major like? Is it Cox or I forgot who it was, but like that have these deals with these networks to be on cable. So it's pretty interesting.
So I think I'm the only one at the table here who has cable, and I do pay for it myself. I'm real big in the sports, and that's literally why I have it.
Gotcha.
Now I don't know if Poyo's illegal stuff's getting cut or not, but I couldn't do it on a Fire Stick. I've done it before, and it bugs me. It's usually poor quality.
Yeah.
It's usually a little bit delayed. It freezes. I had a lot of issues with it. So when I'm watching,
you're not going to. I know a guy. Okay, I know a guy. Mine has not been cut. Yeah, it does have a latency, which kind of sucks because somebody ends up calling you later on.
for that reason, I'm out.
I do find it interesting because we've talked about this, me and Cody, that like, is there going to be a point that you're paying for so many different services that you might as well just go back to cable at one
That is
point
very
because it's going to match up.
Well, because Netflix was obviously the more popular one, and now like Disney's gonna create their own, so they're taking their shows off of Netflix to put them into their streaming services. It is gonna get intense once you see like your direct deposit every month, like you're paying 12, 12, 12, 12, 10, 10, 10, 12, 10, and come on.
Yeah,
like,
because I
the
feel like at
30.
that point you're gonna have to start eliminating. Okay, if I watch 10 shows on this one, I really love this one show, but is this one show worth this consistent?
$12. NBC already announced that they were making a streaming service in 2020 or 2021, 2022 actually. Sorry. So they're taking all their shows off of Netflix as well. So
Yeah, and I feel like there's gonna have to become technology at one point that's not gonna allow moochers to be moochers anymore. Because I saw that Netflix is attempting to get into this new technology that essentially gets your IP address and make sure you're
kind
all
of like
in
a
the
household.
yeah,
kind of deal.
make sure you're all in the household. If not, you will have to pay X amount, or you just won't be able to use it.
Sheesh.
So
That's interesting too. I actually saw an article the other day. People wanted a cheaper Netflix monthly if they were only streaming on a mobile device. Obviously, that takes out the IP address at that point in time. If you're streaming from your tablet with your wireless carrier's network, or you're streaming on your phone. But and I also heard the other side of that argument is, why would they give you something cheaper? You're still streaming the same stuff.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting. I don't know how that would work because people do stream mobile. I mean, I'm on vacation right now, and when I'm watching Hulu at night or I'm watching a movie at night, I'm streaming via my wireless carrier network.
Right. And Apple's going to come out with their streaming service as well, and they're going to have originals as well. So I guess it's really just going to become who's going to create the better originals or...
Exactly. I think it's going to be a game of originals, and you're looking at, we were talking about Disney Plus probably a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And I laughed and I was like, that I'm already bought in. I'm bought in on Netflix. I'm bought in on Hulu. Like, how many of these am I going to keep going with? And then they announced some of the stuff they're going to put on it. And I was like, okay, you got me.
just so
I was like,
funny.
you
'Cause
got
we're
me.
sitting around a table, me and Cody are like literally going back and forth. Because I was like, dude, like they have so much realm that they could go.
so-
He's like, no, there's no way. No way I'm losing Netflix. No way I'm leaving
And you
it.
think they kind of do you think they kind of, they acquired Star Wars, they acquired, all these different companies in light of creating this one day?
I assume so. I mean, but Disney's becoming such a huge company. You think about everything they own between Star Wars, between Marvel, between ESPN even. You know what I mean? So they've got your sports, they've got your fantasy, they've got your superheroes, they've got your kids' movies. You know what I mean?
And they own Hulu.
Do they?
Yeah, Fox owned Hulu. So essentially they bought Fox, so now they own a huge stake in Hulu.
And see, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking about the whole, maybe Disney's going to be the next Netflix, but because it's going to be more of the what you can actually stream or actually see online. Not online, but as far as like live TV. Because like I said, they do own ESPN. they own Fox. What comes on Fox between August and January? The NFL.
I don't think Disney owns Fox Sports though, because
And
they already have ESPN. I don't think they have Fox Sports. How hard do you think it's gonna be for? Like, I think Disney's easy because they're coming in already with Marvel, Star Wars. You know, they already have where we can already know what's happening. But these other ones are like Apple, for example. Apple's a big company hopping into it, but they're basically going in there, you know, with, you know, the originals. And how easy do you think it is for them to enter the market since they kind of don't already have a play?
It's gonna be tough, I think, because they don't. Yeah, I mean, you don't have any type of backing to how these shows are gonna be. And knowing Apple, they may not even include like a trial, or I mean, if anything, they'll include like a 3-day trial. Like they really don't really allow you to have a month or 2 months for free just to check it out. Yeah.
I think that the other thing that's going to be a bonus for Disney Plus is the rumor is $7 a month price tag, which is half of what you pay for Netflix.
See, but I see it going up in the future. I mean, when
What-
Netflix started, I mean, they're not what they are right now. But I mean,
Yeah.
incrementally, it's $2 more. You know?
I mean, you would easily do that, but you do that for the first, you know, year. You
Yeah.
get $7 and you get X amount. Like, how many people, you know, got Netflix, got
Yeah.
into Orange is the New Black or any other show? Now, when they went up, you said, okay,
Yeah.
I have to pay the extra now
Yeah,
because
no.
like those are shows I like.
Absolutely.
So Disney's doing it amazing. Like, oh yeah, and I saw something too that said, what if Disney goes a route that, you know, they do movie theaters and then right after it's a movie theater, they go directly to their streaming services before it even hits like DVDs.
Yeah.
So now you
Cut
kind of
that,
you caught that little market too. Like, hey, like as a plus in Disney Plus,
You can get early.
you can watch it before it comes out on DVD, and you're gonna go buy the DVD.
I was gonna say, so for me, we kind of just talked about this about price going up. When Netflix recently went to 15, that was it. I was like, all right, man, I don't need it. 15's more than I'm willing to spend on this. I watch Hulu more than I watch Netflix at this point. I feel like I've watched most of Netflix's originals. All right, I'm moving on. What's the maximum you guys would pay for a service?
I would just have the one, but
If it was 20.
If
If it was 20.
So $20 is like your cap. 'Cause
Yeah.
how much are you spending right now for everything you own? Like you have Amazon, Netflix. I forgot what else he said. There's
I don't have
$20 is
Netflix.
your
Oh, I don't have Netflix anymore.
time now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Netflix. I forgot what else he said. There's
I don't have
$20 is
Netflix.
your.
Oh, I don't have Netflix anymore. No, that's a negative. I have my own Netflix account. I have my own Netflix account.
Okay, so how much are you spending right now on
I
services?
don't know what's Prime. $10.
So that's all you have.
Yeah, and Play. The only reason why I have Play is because it has YouTube Red.
$20.
So $20.
So $20.
It's funny because I never really thought of Play as being included in that, and I don't watch a ton of YouTube, but I use it for my music, and I guess I pay $10 a month for that.
Right.
So if I counted my cable, which is obviously stupid expensive,
Right.
with my Play, with my Hulu, I'm probably at about $80 a month, I'd say.
When I go on YouTube, I'm not thinking about going to watch a TV show. I'm not thinking about watching a movie. That's not what I think of YouTube.
Yeah.
If I'm saying, hey, let's watch something on YouTube, it's just like a quick video.
Right.
It's one of those, the gaming thing that you show me when you're
Or
watching the game.
or like that really cool YouTube channel. What's it called?
Oh, OKB Productions?
Yeah, that's a good one right there.
Yeah, I'm going there to watch those videos. If I'm gonna watch a TV show or a movie, I'm gonna go to Netflix. I'm gonna go on cable. So I think
I
that's
can't
one of the
believe that
things,
wasn't your first go-to YouTube channel. Like,
So disappointing.
yeah, it's so sad.
So based off what we've just gone through, pretty much everyone here that has YouTube Red is strictly doing it not to have ads.
Oh yeah, 100%.
100%.
I honestly don't use it for the music either. I mean,
Yeah.
I have Spotify. That's what I pay.
So you pay for YouTube Red and Spotify.
Yeah. Indirectly not
Interesting.
using the music because I solely want YouTube Red for the ads. That's really what I paid for.
And what's really funny to me about that is I think one of the reasons I don't like watching cable as much is I hate the commercials. I hate when a commercial
really
comes
hate
up.
commercials,
Like, man,
too.
I'm paying you 4 times what I pay for Netflix, and Netflix doesn't have commercials.
That's a good point, actually.
It's
So,
very.
so at what point, the service you're paying for, at what point do you no longer have to see ads on that? When does that come?
That's actually a really, really, really good point. You know, I saw like a year ago-ish that they were saying that even video games, like they may charge a premium now, like put digital games at, you know, X, like let's say like $40, right? But they'll have ads. Or you pay $50 and no ads.
Interesting.
Did anybody see, it only happened for like maybe 2 days, but there was a point in 2K where you'd start up a game and a commercial would come on and you couldn't skip it. It was for like 2 days.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like a TV commercial.
Yeah, like a TV commercial came on and you couldn't
Testing
skip
the market.
it. Yep.
'Cause,
So
like,
that
That's another way that, you know, video games can make so much more money. Like, that's a market that's really hasn't been touched yet.
but again, based off what you just said, that you've got to drop the cost of the game if you're going to do that. You don't get more revenue just because you guys want to get greedy on it. I don't think people are going to be willing to do that.
I could see it. And I think a very good example of that is mobile gaming. Like, you know, you can download the free version and see that advertisement every X amount of time, or you can pay just $2 to not
Remove
see that
yeah.
advertisement. So what if video games went that route? Like, you know, $60 for the regular game, you pay $10 extra for no advertisement. It's nothing too crazy where I feel like you would throw people out,
yeah.
but you would still be able to bring in some kind of revenue because it's only, you know, $10. People would pay that $10.
I think people won't get mad if they push the price down, like the price point down in games, and then essentially pay like the same amount of money to get rid of them.
So as always,
Stay fresh.
Stay hungry.
Stay driven.
and stay humble.